Hello, and a big welcome back to the Wee Larder channel. I hope you're all doing fine. Today I'm going to be making a delicious wartime recipe. It's actually based on a recipe by Elizabeth Craig from this really old Cooking in Wartime Cookbook, which I absolutely love. And it's kind of fallen apart a little bit, so I do have to be really careful with it. And it has like old handwritten recipes in it as well. So it's an absolute classic. It was published in Glasgow, and it's all about cooking in wartime. So the recipe I'm making today is a chicken loaf recipe, and it is from this book. I have tried to keep my recipe as close to the original as possible, with slight variations in weight and with the addition of like fresh herbs in my recipe. But I absolutely love this chicken loaf recipe. It is so delicious, it's so easy to make, and you can use it for so many different things. So I hope you enjoy this recipe as much as we did. Let's get started on our delicious Scottish wartime chicken loaf. So for this lovely chicken loaf, you're going to need these ingredients here. This is a really easy recipe. We're going to start by adding or greasing our loaf tin with some butter. So or you can use a little bit of oil, spray oil, whatever you like to use. So what we're going to do is we're going to be cooking this in a tray of hot water. So you can put the water in the dish and put it in the oven to heat up, or you can put boiling water in your tray and pop it in. So it depends on what you want to do. So you want to preheat your oven to 160, and we're just going to be adding all of our ingredients into a mixing bowl. So we're just basically putting everything in there. We're going to start with our mince here. So I've actually used minced turkey for this recipe. It is a chicken loaf recipe, the original recipe, but I found it really difficult to find minced chicken in the supermarket, so I just used minced turkey for this. So you could just use turkey or chicken. I guess it doesn't really matter too much. Slightly different in flavour, but they're both very similar in colour and texture and whatever. So we're going to just grate our onion in there as well. You can add a finely chopped onion if you want to, but I find if you grate it into this recipe, and it does say in the original recipe to grate it in, it does actually help with the flavour. So I like to grate my onion in. So once you've got all your onion in there, we're going to add in our herbs and our oatmeal as well. And we're going to add in our salt and pepper, so make sure we season it really well. And we're just going to add in our suet in there as well. I didn't quite have enough suet in my cupboard, so I used a little bit of grated dripping as well. So if you don't have suet, you could use just dripping for this recipe, or another fat as well. So I've just added in the mustard there too. So we've basically got all of our ingredients in here, and we're just going to be mixing everything through in our hands. So I'm just grating in a little bit of the dripping in there just to get the weight up to what was required. So we've added our spices in, and we're popping in our egg, and then we're just going to give this a really good mix through. You can crack your egg into a cup beforehand, and then you won't have to pick out bits of shell like I had to do here. Oh, and don't forget to add in your stock as well. So you could use vegetable stocks, chicken stock, wherever you've got handy. So if you've got like chicken stock in the fridge, just feel free to use that, or use a little bit of vegetable stock cube and put that in. So give it a good stir around, and then I just got stuck in with my hands because I thought it was easier to get everything well combined. So we're just going to get stuck in there and get everything mixed through. So it is a bit messy. I know some people don't like touching raw meat. To be honest, I'm really not fussed about that kind of thing. So we've got our dish here. I'm we're just going to add all of our mixture into our greased loaf tin. So I think this loaf tin is about £1 in size, £1 loaf tin. If you're wanting to double up the recipe, you could easily double up this recipe and cook it in a larger loaf tin. So for this recipe, I didn't actually originally put foil over the top, but I would recommend, and I did add that into my recipe card, to add foil over the top of it, just because I found it did kind of crisp up a little bit too much on the top of the loaf here. Just a bit more than I would have liked, so you can kind of see that once it comes out of the oven. So we're going to pop that into the oven for an hour and a half. You might have heated up your water in the oven in the tray, that's fine. Just make sure you put your loaf tin into the oven and be very, very careful when you're taking it out, because that water is going to be boiling hot. And you can see it is quite crispy on the top, so yeah, I would recommend putting foil over the top for this recipe. I mean, it was still really nice, there wasn't anything wrong with it, but I just thought next time I do it, I would definitely put the foil over. So this is quite a small loaf, but it seemed to last us forever. I don't know why. We had it for dinner, we had it for lunch and sandwiches. I think we were cutting it up quite thin. And we also had it for breakfast with eggs as well. It just seemed to go on forever. But it's really, really delicious. It's not the most photogenic of things, but it was really, really tasty. It has so much flavour. I was really surprised actually at how tasty it was, and it just seemed to go with so many different things, roasted vegetables, salads, all sorts of things. So I hope you enjoy this lovely recipe. So I hope you enjoyed making your lovely recipe from Elizabeth Craig's cookbook. As I said, it's not exactly the same as her recipe, but I tried to keep it as close as possible to the original wartime recipe. I'd love to hear how you used your chicken loaf, how it turned out for you, what kind of things you had it with, if you had it in a sandwich or if you tried it for breakfast even. I'd love to hear how you got on with it. We absolutely love this recipe. I'm definitely going to be making it again soon. If you haven't subscribed and you do like this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, and if you click the subscribe button and the little bell next to it, I will see you guys again soon. Don't forget to pop over to Patreon, my Patreon membership, and print out your recipe if you are a member, so you'll get your recipe card over there to print out or save to your phone. And also my seasonal cooking guides over there too. If you're not a member, you can get my seasonal cooking guides over my website. And I think that's about it from me. If you have any questions, let me know down below. Take care and lots of love. Bye bye.